On December 13th, 1981, in Poland, General Wojciech Jaruzelski, wearing dark sunglasses and a military uniform, announced to the Polish people that martial law was being imposed. That image, that date, has been etched into our collective memory as a symbol of the end of hope and the beginning of dark years, but is focusing on this single figure, not an oversimplification. Who was really pulling the strings on that cold December night? For years, we heard the official version, the narrative of the so-called lesser evil. According to it, General Jaruzelski and his circle, by imposing martial law, supposedly saved Poland from a bloody Soviet intervention in an act of patriotic duty. The argument was that tanks on Polish streets were tragic, but the only alternative to the Soviet tanks supposedly waiting just across our eastern border. It was the image of a leader facing a dramatic choice and sacrificing some freedom to preserve the nation's very substance. Yet over the years, as archives slowly began to reveal their secrets, this black and white picture started to crack. Declassified documents emerged, transcripts of Kremlin conversations, notes from meetings that cast the entire situation in a new light. From these sources, a far more complex story emerges. The story in which Polish communists, alarmed by the rising strength of the 10 million-strong Solidarity movement, may not only have been waiting for orders from Moscow, but may have actively sought support for a forceful solution. Historians still argue about it today. Were the leaders of the Soviet Union, already entangled in a costly war in Afghanistan, truly eager for another military intervention in a rebellious country of 40 million? Or was the threat of invasion more of a bluff, a political scare tactic that the Polish authorities skillfully used as an alibi for crushing a freedom movement and maintaining their own power? The answer to the question of responsibility for martial law is therefore not a simple list of names. It is a story about the fear of losing control, about the cynicism of high-level politics, and about the extremely complicated relationship between a satellite state and its powerful empire. It is the question of whether Jaruzelski was merely a puppet or a sovereign actor pursuing his own script under the umbrella of Soviet threats. And perhaps the most important question is not who, but why. And to that question, each side of that historical drama had an entirely different answer.